Before a gambler and a monk embarked on a long trek through the endless prairies of the north, they had a fierce debate about God and chance and fate, and to resolve it agreed a game of cards indeed be played. The game went on all day, and through the next and next they played, and around them a shelter was built to shield the rain. A street around the shelter formed, then a church, a house, a bar, and that is how the city of New Albion was born. That is how the city of New Albion was born. Streets, machines, cafes, and the nice, the wise, the eccentric and insane. The mafia's run by a redhead dwarf with just one eye, whose affairs he decides with a pair of silver dice. Over the Zeppelin Union pilot Circus Strati boss presides, and we hear his song each afternoon as he flies by. There's prisons made of lead and gargoyles of iron shreds, and Annabelle McAllister who's raising up the dead. Annabelle McAllister who's raising up the dead. Street is where the alchemist guild meets, and to join you have to craft a glass pearl from a young girl's dream. A group of thieves they heard broke in the lodge to steal their pearls, but in the morning they were found there sitting staring unperturbed. The twilight thought, they say, an aphrodisiac contains nonsense, but yet they copulate in doorways anyway. There's inventors and inbred in upper classes, it's been said, and Annabelle McAllister who's raising up the dead. Annabelle McAllister who's raising up the dead. Clever little Annabella with her clever head. Oh, Annabelle McAllister who's raising up the dead.
Attune your ears to the grinding gears.
Come with me, I'll show you how to be a metal man. When the gears are turning and the fires are burning, when the world ticks around, your voice is talking all the time, and you live for sleep, you never slept because you cannot sleep. O'Connor Walter was shocked when he learned from the Nile copper African elephants are turning hostile. So he built these wonderful automaton boats and a very big steam-powered G-Ram with smoke. Now the war is past and over, we'll have to sit and wonder, what is life and what is real, and why do living things need feeling?
1, 2, 3.
La 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 la, la 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 to try pumping lead through your veins, or have a heart so wet and cold it starts rusting. When the world ticks around, your voice is talking all the time. You live for feelings you never felt because you cannot feel. What is this leaking affecting my eye? Does the oil that is dripping mean this is a crime? Will I ever be something with feelings to hide, or am I just a do this, you can't do that. You're not a living thing with feeling.
1, 2, 3.
Is wonderful. Summertime blows. The big steam power steam-powered G-Redwood smokes.
Captain Robert took his men, flew to Prague and back again. Some fell off and some dropped dead. Some put bullets through their heads. The skeleton crew is what came back. We lived through mutiny, plague and facts. Strong and calloused, brave and tied. All those who could stay inspired. Captain Robert took his ship to Beijing and the Mozambique. The crazy whore and irons, he clapped them. One of them tried to kiss the captain. Captain Robert looked at his crew, saw that everyone was new. The crew got broke through misadventure. No one could take another good adventure. Skeleton crew is what came back. Who lived through mutiny, plague and facts. Strong and calloused, brave and tired. All those who could stay inspired. Captain Robert took his crew to Shangri-La in Timbuktu. Some went crazy, some got mad. Some they kicked off ship in Chad. Captain Robert looked at his crew, saw that everyone was new. The crew got broke through misadventure. No one could take another gut wrencher. Came back and once and boy filled his sack with bribes and cash and fame and coin, things to make a new crew join. Captain Robert took his men, flew to Prague and back again. Some fell off and some dropped dead. Some put bullets through their heads.
products as they sold extremely well. Competitors were livid as their business income fell. Now Alexander Copperplate, a man from out of town, declared his gang was coming soon to shoot poor Wilbur down. The town was in a panic, they knew something should be done, and they had till morning sun. So saddle up your steam bike and put your goggles on. We gotta be prepared or else we'll all be dead by dawn. Copperplate is coming and his eyes are seeing red, and he's after Wilbur's head. The townsfolk got together and they figured out a plan. They knew they'd have to do their best to save their fellow man. And though they had no weapons, they all had a lot of brains. They built machines to leave their villain in a world of pain. So Wilbur brought the copper, old Frank supplied the steel. Bob and Sue had extra chains, and Tommy brought the wheels. They knew they'd have a chance with these, they knew they'd win the fight, and they worked all through the night. So saddle up your steam bike and put your goggles on. We gotta be prepared or else we'll all be dead by dawn. Copperplate is coming and his eyes are seeing red, and he's after Wilbur's head. Well, Copperplate arrived at dawn. He stayed true to his word, but the town was deathly silent. Not a soul was to be heard. He yelled out, "Redpot, come on out and fight me like a man!" And that was when the churning and the chugging sounds began. An army of the townsfolk soon poured out into the street. Each of them on steam bikes, and they all were packing heat. They had his men surrounded. There was fear on every face, and they put them in their place. Power up your steam bike, let's show them who's in charge. We got our ropes and grappling hooks and weapons to discharge. Copperplate is panicked and his face is turning white, and we're gonna win this fight. That's right, let's go! We finally took them down. We strung them up and licked them good and ran them out of town. Verdigris Patina is a peaceful town once more, and we won the copper
of Augustine the 12th, the king reprimanded his men and demanded they put to good use all his wealth to cure his deep ennui. For you see, he found that he was sad and lonely ever since his wife the queen got mad and rode off on his steed. In a glen beyond the castle wall, there was a tinker and he was a thinker, the smartest man in all the world. He made a mechanical girl, for you see, his daughter passed away that summer, and Marie knew he could not replace her. He missed his family. Suddenly a knock at the door went rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat, and the king's men came in blowing horns, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. By order of his highness, we're to take you and that thing to present your marvel to the king. And so, over glen and through the castle walls, over the moat and into the great castle hall, when her master urged, the robot girl emerged. When the king laid eyes upon the girl, he was delighted. His men all were knighted. He yelled aloud for all the world, I'll take her for my queen. And the man screamed, please don't take my child, I beg you, mighty king. And they grabbed him by his tailcoat and threw him in the moat. Later in their wedding bed, the king was shocked to see a tender kiss upon the cheek unleashed in armory. Rocket launchers and flame-throwing guns grew from her sides, and she grew to 7 times her size. Run! On the morn of August 24th, he was dejected when lest he expected a knock was heard upon the door. It was his robot girl, for you see, he'd made her indestructible, it seems, and she destroyed that awful kingdom, and they lived happily. So you see the moral of the story is never take a child away from a loving parent. Especially not ones who make children who shoot rockets from their eyes.
My lady, 2 ships have sighted off the port bow.
Do you have a bearing on them?
Aye, it's the HMS Gallant escorting the frigate Caruso.
The Caruso? She's a 200-ton freighter, and reconnaissance has it that it's all spices and tea. Mr. Maine, mobilize the crew. You have 10 minutes.
Yes, my lady.
Men to all 2 stations! Gunners, sight the propulsion engines! 45, suit up and begin forming ranks! Raise the iron rows! You are not men! You are not women! You are an unstoppable force! And we will be reckoned with!
Food's new, but the skies are bright. We're prop spinning all through the night. We're low on cash, we're seeing another target. Goggles down and the cannon's up. My blood starts pumping as I drain my cup. We'll give the wheel a spin and the turn the school around. We're way above ground, but we're cruising on a target. Ships filled with despair. We even up, broadsides bare. Our cannons flare, but it's just to show up muscle. Steady engine doesn't need to
here. Special red and knuckles in the deck. No cash, no fuel, no money sweat. A grip shots made this bird a wreck. But a punch below deck shows a crew of nothing, all things
Crew of drunken pirates were the only airship pirates. One full of hot air and the sun to rise with the terror of the skies with a danger to ourselves. The crew of drunken pirates were the only airship pirates. One full of hot air and the sun to rise with the terror of the skies with a danger to ourselves. The crew of drunken pirates were the only airship pirates. One full of hot air and the sun to rise with the terror of the skies with a danger to ourselves. The crew of drunken pirates were the only airship pirates. One full of hot air and the sun to rise with the terror of the skies with a danger to ourselves now.
Was a boy, a robotic boy with a crank sticking out of his brain. He never performed with sadness or joy, he was just simply programmed to sing. So he sang, so he sang, so he sang. Fell down and the crank it broke off of his head. With the jar to his hard drive, he felt all alive. The old robot, he used to be dead. There was rage in his brain, there was pain in his brain, there was love, there was hunger and strife. He felt lonely, rejected, at times disconnected. To the meaning of life. So we sang, so we sang, so we sang, so we sang.
MacArthur's looked all over town, but he won't find me now, for I'm off coastward bound, and I'm trading the smog for some fresh salt sea air, and he'll never catch on that I'm there. I once was his apprentice in the clock-making trade, and the miser made me work for every penny of my wage, till he found he could replace me with a clockwork machine, and he threw me right out on the street. I cursed him and left, and I solemnly swore that he'd pay. Now Mr. MacArthur has very poor eyes, and he never did see me when he left work at night. And once in a while he would forget to check that his workshop back window was closed. No, I'm not a burglar, and I'm no vandal, nor the old man had to suffer, but I wanted something more. I wanted him to feel it and know it was me, and I knew that his clocks were the key. I sat in his workshop, my thoughts running wild, and it suddenly hit me, and I looked up and smiled, for I knew that I'd have him, and I knew that I'd do it in style. Clockwork's a powerful thing. There's a terrible strength in those tightly wound springs, and a gentleman's pocket watch stays by his heart, and that's where the damage can start. Now I'm no machine, but I can work when I choose, with hands good as any, when I've something to prove. So I stayed up all night among cold springs and screws, and I didn't stop till I was through. I rigged up a watch to do more than just shine, and I didn't balk once at the depth of my crime. The most perfect invention that still kept impeccable time. Took a shine to a timepiece and paid on the spot. He wound it and wore it, and at 6 on the dot he came to a messy and permanent stop. Now Mr. MacArthur's got blood on his hands, and he barely made bail. He's a ruined man, and surely he knows who his downfall was planned by. It's all worked out like clockwork.
From the parts that remain. Piece for piece, I'm constructing reality. the gown that she wore. I'll find her tethered to the world, and she will walk it once more.
And so around 3 a.m. a recently deceased man found himself wound in the land of living again. Bound in a body of gears and wheels, but oddly he has no voice and his steel joints barely can bend. The one sound he makes, in fact, he streams radio broadcasts. He plays a country station if you give him a pat. Our dearest Annabelle is quite thrilled and ecstatic. She has a friend who was just dead and yet she brought back. What may please does not contend. All resolves but never ends. All that comforts is not true, and all you love does not love you.
I have a dolly and we like to go on walks. We like to stroll around the park all while he listens to me talk about the people and the places that I never got to see. 'Cause I wouldn't leave my house, but that's before he was with me. We share a world which is wonderful to see. It's like a dream where no one calls me failure if I don't succeed. I have a dolly, it's like flowers in the spring, but no matter how I talk to him, he never says a thing.
What may please does not content. All resolves but never ends. All that comforts is not true, and all you love does not love you.
I have a dolly and he goes with me outside, which used to be a problem for me, oh but now I never mind. Ice cream and carriages I always thought were nice, but never had someone to share them with, because the laugh's my life. Annabelle, no friends, you must be brilliant and the best, you must be better and industrious or you are worthless. But now I have a dolly, a dear friend with whom I go out for walks and talks, but he's mute and just plays the radio.
Sorrows end. Why you bring me here again?
I have a dolly who can keep me company. We go to shows, parades and cabarets, though people stare at me. But I've shown that I am brilliant and I've conquered life and death. The only thing my father said is that one must be a success. And now I've got a friend, a silent clockwork double, who can be there for me to lean on when I feel sad.
you believe may not be so. All that brings you peace of mind may not stay for a long time. What may please does not contend. All resolves but never ends. All that comforts is not true, and all you love does not love you. Can't you speak to me? Won't you speak to me? All the thoughts we could share and conceive, if you just speak to me.
Sorrows end. Why'd you bring me here? Oh, why'd you bring me here? Why'd you bring me here again?
We take our pay. We are the swords for hire. We have a fast airship. If you've got a job for us, we don't care much what it is. We'll bang the drums or be discreet. You've got the gold for us. We'll bring the steam. I will return again. No way to hold me in. Time Lord airship captain. Call me magnificent. We dance the dance. In the skies in the dead of night, we sail away. Top hat, brass goggles and guns, this is our way. We are the swords for hire. We have a fast airship. If you've got a job for us, we don't care much what it is. I will return again. No way to hold me in. Top Lord airship captain. Call me magnificent. I will escape again. No way to hold me in.
Her father fought in the Great War in an aeroplane named Ray. He gave his love to a pretty girl and said, "Baby, you're the one for me." And though her name was Brie, he still found it all a show. When he found out she was an airplane, the stork began to knock. A baby girl was born with the riders on her back. She picked up airwave frequencies, and petrol was her favorite snack. Well, she bubbled noises like an airplane every time she sang. And her heart it loved so hungrily and roared like a Mustang. That's why they called her That girl was meant to fly. So broke the runway. That girl will soar away. She was an angel in her blue dress when little Jimmy Wright took her to prom. The young pilot said he loved her, and oil began to climb her palm. Well, he was lost in the sky, and they said he had died, but I know something more. They only found Jimmy's goggles in his plane upon the floor. 4 years went by and she still looked to the sky. Her feelings didn't now disperse. She could fly any plane just like an ace, and kept the goggles in her purse. And she swore she still heard Jimmy singing, "That'll be the way home." It would haunt her from her radio with each sky that she would roam. Jimmy's voice echoed, I'm sorry that I flew away, but just remember, keep laughing in your soul. One day, let's fly. Sail to the sky, soar across the stars. Sail to the sky, soar across the stars. Sail to the sky, soar across the stars. The stars, the stars, the stars. Then one fateful day ended with a storm-streaked sky. Her plane crashed into the mountainside. Was she flying much too high? They only found Jimmy's goggles in her plane upon the floor. I hope she's up there somewhere with them, kissing on a cloudy shore. The birds were singing, that girl was meant to fly. So broke the runway. Soar one day. Air, air, high. Air, air, high. Air, air.
missing arms and feet, nothing to eat. What cold, heartless beast can sit and have his feast every night while their plight's always in his sight? Robber baron in the tower, counting all his gold. You know, while he goes unchecked and stays in power, he's never gonna let us go. Marching in the streets, the mighty hammer of the baron's own police, with their flags and drums and drums and boots and blood-red banners, dogs and guns. Black shirts pound the pavement with the bold insignias of wolves and bats and snakes and birds of prey, filling us with fear. Our hearts are full of tears. Who's so vain for his gain causes so much pain? Robber baron in the castle, basking in his creed. You know, while he breaks no sweat and gets no hassle, he's never gonna let us free.
beads of copper and arms of chrome. The prettiest girl I ever knew, a lovely trivet golden screw, shiny locks of wire hair and copper plating everywhere. There was no doubt she had to be the one and only girl for me. But she was the daughter of a mean old man, an inventor who just wouldn't let her go. And though his creation never fond of me, his continual responses took no. So we made a plan to elope that day. We packed our cases to go far away. I went to a window late that night and she was ready for our flight. I was happy as I could be when she ran the tiny metal arms around me. And with a propeller jutting from her head, we switched it on and fled. Father was a crazy man and he didn't want to let us get away. He was able to pull us from the sky that night with a powerful magnetic ray. So he took my girl from me and shunned me for eternity. He locked her up inside a room as cold and awful as a tomb. And though I am consumed with rage, I know that man is up in age. And soon as he is finally dead, then she and I will wed. La 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 la.
At approximately 2:05 p.m. this afternoon, an English clockmaker by the name of Hamilton revealed to the world a new kind of clock. This sick, twisted design displays the time digitally on a small backlit screen and is run entirely on electricity. Hamilton predicts that this new abomination is the way of the future and believes that someday these hideous creations of his will be in every home in the world. It is with deep regret that we announce to you, dear listeners, that the cog is dead. We repeat, the cog is dead.
Legend spoke, never fails. Every deed is hard as nails. She never speaks, she never smiles. The journey's end of 1,000 miles. Rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Music to haunt her, she knows as she goes. Many years of better rock, too many turns on the season's clock. She never smiles, she never speaks. Awful silence goes running deep. Ghost light and candlelight show her the way. On with the dawn of the day, as they say. Stay with her, lay with her, carry her high. Swear her allegiance to things you can't hide. She will find us again. She will find us again. Lies won't blind us again. Heaven bows to her reign once again. Eternity never made a sound. She never speaks, she never smiles. The journey's end of 1,000 trials. Devils and demons, alive, alive, oh. Follow us close as we go, and we know. Stay with her, lay with her, carry her high.
from his post. All that's left, a note pinned to the wheel. Took the catboat, took some crew, I took some gold. I'm sure that you can heal. Hold your head up, keep your head up, hold your sword up, fight, fight, fight. When you sleep, keep one eye open. Know your friends, but watch them tight. Hold your head up, keep your head up, hold your sword up, fight, fight, fight. When you sleep, keep one eye open. Know your friends, but watch them tight. Hope I loaded my gun, I know I'm loaded with rum. I feel it's low, but I got to know that the world is full of scum. I hope I loaded my gun, I know I'm loaded with rum. I feel it's low, but I got to know that the world is full of scum. One, two, three, go! Down in the village where most residents were poor, an old man had a factory that folks called the killing floor. He was a surly master, though his workers all had wives. He'd work them within inches of their lives. They were all sick and tired of this stuff. And then decided that they'd had enough. We won't take this anymore. Not gonna die on the killing floor. He won't work us into the ground. It's time to strike a match and burn it down. They waited for the old man to head home for the night, then bustled in with kerosene and lanterns to ignite. They took one final look at all these monstrous machines, then lit the match that would fulfill their dreams. It was a blazing jubilee. They felt these flames had set these workers free. We won't take this anymore. Not gonna die on the killing floor. He won't work us into the ground. It's time to strike a match and burn it down. As the workers danced around the fire having fun, the old man pulled up terrified and screamed, "What have you done?" This factory was the only thing that kept us all alive. Now you've gone and blown us all sky high. The factory was above an oil lake. But all too late they realized their mistake. We wouldn't take it anymore. Didn't want to die on the killing floor, but we drove ourselves to the ground when we struck that match and burned it Why we have to go and burn it down?
Trust door, and there she is on the stage, spinning as she sprawls. Thank God the curtains fall 'cause spring is sprung and dance is done. Spinning ashes sprawls, thank God the curtains fall. In the morning he twists the key quite hard, and ticking she's brought to boil. Releve, my sweet, on point, on guard, her innards twang as they uncoil. A doctor's fingertips trace by on crackle from every fall. The daylight made to race right by with paint and paste and stitch and bowl. Patient, patient, bumblebee, soon your audience admire. A shapely hero, best go free. I'll wind you up, you'll never tire. Story 2-2, solemn moon of frozen carmine mouth twinkles as she chirps and swoons. The ladies ushered out. Gentlemen, this fallen angel is the illegitimate daughter of art and science, a modern marvel of engineering. Clockworks elevated to the very natural process which even now send your blood racing, your eyes flashing at such irreproachable beauty. Here is Gaia, here is Eve, here is Lilith, and I stand before you as her father, sprung fully formed from my brow, dewy and sweet. She can be yours and yours again, for her flesh is the incorruptible pale, the excuse from the wages of sin. And as the sackcloth sudden snumps beneath these chipped and china limbs, the sour flesh pines, grunts and thumps. Step right up, boys, tuppence for a spin.
Do you know exactly what your family would do if an attack came? Say at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Plastic bombs and glue, doing everything I can do to build the robots. Build the robots. The filling of the room, 'cause all that I ever do is build the robots. I build the robots. I need an assembly line to crew much more time. The money's all mine and the funds will give a thing. I'm gonna have to rob a bank again. 'Cause I'm spending every time and I'm spending all my time. Build the robots. Just build the robots. 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 Build the There she flies, the savior of the skies. Down below, her city's lights aglow. Charges strong at an unmatched pace with unparalleled grace. Her but none come near. For who could dare to try? There she flies.
Edgar tries all the experiments he's read. Annabella's formula for bringing back the dead. The experiments of course proved a success, and thus a crazy notion comes into his head.
One day you will see that I can be someone you never thought I'd be. One day you will see that I can be someone you never thought I'd be.
process that you will never believe. Your grandma, your parents, your child, I say who, yes, whomever you've lost, I can bring back to you. You doubt me, of course, think I'm out of my head, but this week I'll choose 5 folks and bring back their dead. And I'll put them in quality mechanical dolls, life-size just for free, and you'll see it's not talk. Can you hear me? The crowd's grown so big, and these orders, why I tell you, I barely know how to keep up with, so I must tell you, I'm building a store where your dead ones can be brought back to you folks once more. With all this success, I can offer new deals. Their bodies now come in different colors and feels, like mahogany, lilac, and deep oak and red. 7 models to choose from to fit your dear dead. Gentlemen, welcome. Will the board please sit down? Our profits this quarter are almost beyond count. We're opening new factories, starting new ads. We're making our fortune, so I've one thing to ask. There's a man they call Siloff, and he once stole my girl. I want him destroyed, all he has in this world. His business, his home, and his carriage all crushed. I want him left penniless, face down in the dust. Intentions take their toll. All you hate enthralls your soul. When you win, you sometimes lose, and all you love does not love you. All your intentions take their toll. All you hate enthralls your soul. When you win, you sometimes lose, and all you love does not love you. Faye, good to see you. I asked you here so you could listen to what I want to offer to you. That man who you left me for, you know he's in ruins, a broken down wreck. But Faye, my fortune booms, and I have a surprise. Your dear long dead dad, I have taken the liberty of bringing him back. He sits now in my parlor, but Faye, the only way you can see him or talk to him is to come back and stay.
Who promised us he could assist with all our little everyday affairs. He built assistant robot men who towered 25'10" and said that they would meet our every care. But his motives were ulterior, 'cause he felt we were inferior. And very much to our surprise, these metal helpers terrorized. Oh, Dr. Franklin, won't you get your robots out of here? Life's been awful since they have arrived. Please, Dr. Franklin, though it sounded like a good idea, now we just wanna make it out alive. The massive robots went to town, just blowing up and tearing down, and seeing how much havoc they could wreak.
Now there's panic in the city streets as people run from metal feet. The situation's looking pretty bleak. Well, perhaps if everybody goes and grabs the nearest fire hose, we'll soak these things and let them rust and leave these monsters in the dust. Oh, Dr. Franklin, won't you get your robots out of here? Life's been awful since they have arrived. Please, Dr. Franklin, though it sounded like a good idea, now we just wanna make it out alive. Let's go! Now, Dr. Franklin, won't you get these robots out of here? Don't sit there looking sorry in defeat. Please, Dr. Franklin, we'd sure love for them to disappear. They don't look pretty piled in the streets. 1, 2, 3, 4! Dr. Franklin, won't you get these robots out of here? We'd love for you to have them out by 5. That's right. Please, Dr. Franklin, we'd sure love for them to disappear, 'cause we just wanna go about our lives. Get lost, Doc.
But please try to remember, it's natural for a thing like me. Electricity is in my soul. Electricity is in my soul.
natural for a thing like me. Electricity is in my soul. Electricity is in my soul. Electricity is in my Electricity is in my soul.
There's an ancient legend, an oceanic tale, an underwater monster, not a fish and not a whale. It isn't quite a creature, it isn't quite a machine, and you won't know what hit you till you hear your crewman scream. Deep in the ocean, it's waiting in the dark. When there's stormy weather, it will tear your ship apart. Its tentacles are massive, its teeth are made of steel. You may call it myth, but I assure you that it's real. When the waves come rolling in and lightning fills the sky, sailors know that the Leviathan is nigh. If he grabs onto your boat, he'll never let you go. Soon you'll join 1,000 ships he's sent to the depths below. A body made of metal, but with a living brain. Survivors who have told of it have all been called insane. But many ships have vanished, they've gone without a word. Perhaps the stories that these sailors tell aren't that absurd. So if you sail the ocean, stay always on your guard, or you may wind up lifeless when that monster hits you hard. He'll wrap himself around you, you'll wish that you were born. So if this beast attacks you, please don't say that you were warned. When the waves come rolling in and lightning fills the sky, all the sailors know that the Leviathan is nigh. If he grabs onto your boat, he'll never let you go. Soon you'll join 1,000 ships he's sent to the depths below.
long ago, there was a time in what now seems a distant land. Each small boutique was precious and unique, 'cause every little thing was made by hand. Then there came a revolution. The progress of production was attained. Now instead of one, there are many, and each costs just a penny. But every single one looks just the same. Now there's a Starbucks on every bloody corner, McDonald's on everybody's street. There's White Castle, Wendy's, and Walmart, and then it all repeats. If you're the kind that looks down on the masses, even for you there's a fame. Get some new rocks or a pair of docks, look just like those who wait. And that is how it came to be. After 2 long centuries, that in the name of human greed, the industrial revolution fixed everything for me. And so now if one does well with the business, they open 2 more and then 3. They buy in bulk in big massive hulks, at which point it's nearly free. As they grow bigger, the prices get lower, until they become a chain. The smaller stores all shutter their doors and buckle neath the strain. And that is how it came to be. After 2 long centuries, that in the name of human greed, the industrial revolution fixed everything for everyone. It came into our lives and gave us uniformity by taking choice away from you and me. That is how it came to be. After 2 long centuries, that in the name of human greed, the industrial revolution fixed everything for every bloody one. It came into our lives and gave us uniformity by taking choice away from you. Taking choice away from me. Taking choice away from you and me. Now the machines are working tirelessly through all night and day, making garbage in our image for a world that's made our way. They won't stop until every inch from Peru to Bombay looks like a mall in the US of A.
It took me years to build your heart with a myriad of tiny moving parts, but every piece was one piece closer to my goal, working till the day that you were home. Key and you came to be so much more than just a wind-up toy, my metal boy. You truly are the perfect son, and I'm just so proud of everything you've done. With far too many qualities
qualities I could extol. It's obvious that you have made me whole. I can't believe that you're here with me. This child who has brought me so much joy, my metal boy. With your childish grin and your curious eyes, everything is so new and the world's a surprise. Wondering about life and the things that you see, what exactly you are and why you're different from me, where you fit in this world and why do men have to die. I won't always be here, but I'm sure gonna try to do everything I can to prepare you. Ooh, I should have known this day would come when you'd be ready to go on your own. You packed your little bag with oil and delight and said farewell to me and hugged me tight. And goodness knows I hate to see you go. I know you'll do well and my heart will swell. But if you're in need, please come back to me. Your company I always will enjoy, my metal boy, my boy, my boy. We've got a steampunk revolution. We're tired of all your so-called evolution. We've dialed it back to 1886. Don't ask us why, that's how we get our kicks. Out with the new, in with the old. Out with the new, in with the old. Our underworld isn't filled with fear, just brass and copper, leather, scrap made, rusty gear. You can keep your hip-hop, techno, pop, rock, schlep and dub. I'm on my way to a gold-powered underground vintage pub.